No, today I'm not even gonna check if this video is already online, because I'm sure nobody's talking about what I want to talk about. I'm gonna do it. This is how to face the Cavemother. If you want to understand why I'm so angry, let's start from the basics. So, where do you find the Cavemother? The Cavemother is in the level 4 mines, and especially you have to go into this part right here where there are a lot of gnome eggs. Usually it's near a bridge, and what happens is once you cross certain zones, which is here in this conformation of the dungeon and here in this conformation of the dungeon, if you try to go back, then what happens is the Cavemother is gonna attack you. But without further ado, what does the Cavemother do? The only part on her body that is gonna attack is the torso, which is gonna do, with 25% chance, one tooth bite that does 30 damage and cuts an arm, with 25% chance another one tooth bite, which still does 30 damage but this time it cuts a leg, and with 25% chance a one tooth bite that does nothing but only 30 damage, and with 25% chance nothing, of course. But it's not over, because she has breasts. And if this body part is alive at the end of the first turn and at the end of the third turn, in both turns she's gonna summon one Cave Gnome. Cave Gnome has 100 HP and is gonna do Gnaw as the only attack. Gnaw basically does like 10 damage and puts bleeding 25% chance, infection armor 30% chance, and infection leg 30% chance. Also I think I should mention, if you do something that is supposed to burn the Cavemother's torso, then her torso is gonna become weak. Weakness, as you may remember, makes her take increased damage. I think it's 150% of normal, and also she's not gonna have evasion anymore. Oh, and you can also win the fight by destroying the wings instead of destroying the torso. She's gonna die at the end of the turn in which you destroy the wings. If you kill her wings in an extra turn, you have to wait until the end of the next turn. Well, guide is over, right? No, because now, once you approach the bridge or whatever the left side of the area in which you fought her, she's gonna rush at you once again for round 2. This time, she also has a head targetable as a body part, and the head is gonna do the one tooth bites that we mentioned in the previous phase. And I think the only other change here is that the breast is gonna summon a Gnaw at the end of the first, second, and third turn. And also here, once again, if you try to burn the torso, the head is gonna become vulnerable, and is very squishy, so with just one single hit on the head, you should be able to win. But there is a problem with this phase, but it's something we're gonna talk about when we arrive to the strategies of it. But let's start with the strategies for the phase 1. Okay, how many HP are we dealing with? The torso has 375 HP on Fear and Hunger difficulty, 725 HP on Terror and Starvation or higher, the wings have 270 HP, the breast has 200, and the feet 20. If you are by yourself, I really suggest you to get some high damage weapons such as the Eastern Sword, which is guaranteed, and potentially even the Yegetetsu Amulet to get increased crit chance to be able to one-shot the torso, that way you will not lose any limbs. I'm not gonna suggest using the Salmon Snake Soul, because I suppose if you want to kill the Cavemother is to get an advantage against the Salmon Snake later. If you have 3 party members, on the other hand, you can just rush for the torso if you're sure you're gonna defeat it, otherwise you can just use something like Pheromones on one party member and then guarding with that party member forever while the others destroy the torso or the wings. And now we're up to the part that made me lose brain cells. Okay, phase 2. We're gonna start with 3 party members because I need to explain something. I don't know why, if you have 3 party members, then she's gonna act first. She freaking acts first. She is not supposed to act first, so you cannot even set up, I don't know, pheromones. I wanted to set up pheromones and say, oh yes, use pheromones and guard like in phase 1, but no! If you have 3 party members, she's gonna act first, except if you use stuff such as guard, which has increased priority, or have a White Angel Soul, but I suppose if you want to defeat Cavemother, you're probably already not at Mahabre, so you still want to get her now. And it's so strange, like, all the other enemies have her same agility, and regardless of that, if you have 3 party members, she's gonna act first. And you know what's the worst thing? If you have 4 party members, the rightmost one is the one that is gonna act first, unless you do something such as guard or White Angel Soul on another party member. Otherwise, after your actions, after your increased priority actions, we may say, she is gonna attack regardless. It's not gonna be your rightmost party member anymore. But also, it doesn't doesn't stop here. If you have 2 party members, you are always gonna act first with both. And also if you have 1 party member, that's also applicable there. So, let's recap for a second. 4 party members, you can attack or do something with the rightmost one, but I don't suggest fighting her with 4 party members. If you have 3, I don't suggest at all fighting her. If you have 2, I suggest fighting her and just either going for the torso or using pheromones on one of them and guarding with the other. And if you have 1 single party member, please just get the one shot in with a good weapon, such as in phase 1 if you're alone. Jesus, this fight is so weird, I don't understand anything about it. And also, there is also, I think I should mention, a cut content event probably, in which she's supposed to also have a coin flip attack. But still, it's not in the game, so who cares? Who cares about the Cavemother? It's like one of the easiest boss fights of the game, I don't even think someone is gonna use this. And also, once you defeat him, you're gonna get the Gnome Eggs, and also you can use a Soulstone to get the Cavemother Soul, which increases a little bit the attack, while the Gnome Eggs are useful for the battle against the Summon Snake Soul, which we're gonna cover in another video. Bye!